Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode.
I'm Brock,
I'm Brent. Welcome to 2PC Chat.
where we talk about Star Wars, Marvel, and everything else.
Well, welcome. We're back at our own houses.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, right?
It was. But we're this is our first time we're doing a 2PC Chat live.
Live on Twitch at 2PC.
Yep, right here
Drink.
down at the bottom. 2PC
Yeah.
Trink.
Hit it.
Yeah, check me out on Twitch.
Hey, what's up, Skelly?
What's up,
Heard you're a
Skelly?
big fan. We love you, man.
Yeah, I was telling Brock how you're saying that we should do this live.
Yes. So here we are, courtesy of Skelly.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's a VIP, you know?
VIP. But yeah, let's
unbox this.
How was your week? You know, it's been a nice 4 days since I've seen you last.
Yeah, right. Long time no see. Yeah, dude, it's honestly. So I mean, I dropped you guys off, went straight to work, got home, and then just been cleaning the house like crazy. Or not cleaning the house, but like with all the baby stuff, moving it around.
You guys got a ton of stuff, let me tell you.
Yeah, so it's
but that's
gonna
all
be good.
It's all good stuff. Yeah, exciting, nesting.
Yeah. But I was able to watch part 4 at work.
Oh, sick. Okay. Yeah, that was amazing episode. Before we dive into it, we made it home safe. It was good. Cameron slept through the flight again, which was awesome.
Good. Yeah.
The ride home was a little longer just because we stopped for dinner and all that jazz. But yeah, it was good. Work was good this week, so yeah, looking forward to the weekend again.
Right on.
But yeah, let's talk about the excitement from Tuesday, right?
Mind blown. Let me tell you. Like everything about that, I loved it.
Dude, like honestly, I don't know why Disney doesn't pay this man more.
Right?
Like Filoni is Star Wars.
Yeah. I want to tweet Filoni and be like, dude, does your back hurt yet from carrying this franchise?
Gosh. Yeah. Like, it's just insane how different. Like we had the sequels or whatever, the new movies that came out, the new trilogy, and they flopped, and Filoni is single-handedly like throwing Star Wars on his back and taking us where we want to go.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's because he's the true fan.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, he wants to take it the way that a fan would want to take it. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
While adding it in his own little.
What's crazy too is like Disney's recognizing this, right? Like, so I don't know if you saw, but like for next week's episode 5, they're literally premiering it in theaters like everywhere, which is wild.
I know, right? It's crazy. I guess they're doing something tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's like
a Master and Apprentice.
Yeah, with supposedly Anakin and Ahsoka. So
yeah,
we'll see what that's. I think it's gonna be more of just like a behind the scenes thing of like maybe Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson, like just talking about like how they watched the Clone Wars or something. I don't think it's gonna be anything like
crazy.
Other than I don't think it's gonna have its own storyline or anything. I think it's just gonna be a fan behind the scenes type of thing. You know how they did like with Mandalorian and stuff like
with
that.
all the directors. And,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very similar to that.
Yeah, I mean,
but still cool nonetheless. I mean, I'm gonna watch. So.
But with that, dude, I mean, so that's a mid-season thing, right?
Yeah.
The mid-season celebration is what they're calling it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they have, so again, like you said, they're playing part 5 in theaters.
Yeah.
Like that's
coming
a
off
big
of
deal.
an insane cliffhanger from last week, right?
So we know that this episode is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy enough to put in theaters, you know, across America.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is going to happen, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's going to be great. So let's break down the whole episode, right? Like from beginning to end, I thought it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, 10 out of 10. I was like severely impressed. I think it was really cool seeing like Hu Yang actually like hand to
Fight?
hand combat. Like yeah, because you always hear like he's out here training Jedi's like for thousands of years, and
Yeah.
it was cool to actually see like he had some fighting skills, like which is cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I made the joke while I was watching it. I was like, "Gee, rock'em sock'em over here," you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, that was cool. And that whole scene in general, I think it was very much like I feel like I was watching Rebels, right?
Yeah.
With like you have Sabine in her armor and she's got her pistols and she's going blasting, and you got Ahsoka just out there slicing and dicing too. So
Oh yeah.
uh, yeah, no, that was great. What are your thoughts on Merrick?
Well, one, I mean, I didn't really expect him to be like, a lot of people wanted Ezra, like we were talking about. A lot of
Yeah.
people wanted it to be, Star Killer or
Hmm.
possibly even Cal Kestis.
Right.
I mean, I still thought it was, I didn't think it was going to be anybody big.
Right.
But I was still blown away to the fact that it was one of the Night Sisters, like, zombie things,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly. Yeah. Smoke. Yeah.
which makes sense,
Um.
if the Inquisitors were around, in the Empire. She probably found a body of an Inquisitor
Right.
and revived it to, you know, listen to her.
Exactly. What's really cool too is I don't know if you remember, but in Tales of the Jedi, uh, Ahsoka literally killed an Inquisitor the same exact way,
Yeah.
which was like I was like, oh snap, I've seen that before,
Yeah.
which was really cool. Uh, but yeah, no, the duels themselves, like throughout the episode, were great. Um, it was just yeah, overall very very well done.
Oh, yeah. I love how, I mean, going back to, you saw that in Tales, her
Hmm.
battle, the Inquisitor, then, we see her do it again now, it's like, I just love how, I mean, Ahsoka's lightsaber battles, dude, they're up here. Or
Oh
her
yeah,
skills, I mean,
yeah.
like,
Well, look at who she learned from, right? So
yeah, exactly. She
yeah,
learned from the best, and it's
exactly.
obvious that these Inquisitors that were probably former Jedi, or you know good swordsmen. It's she just like maybe puts up with it for a little bit, and then just like
Yeah,
bam, she's
yeah, for
she's
sure.
taking those dubs, dude.
Yeah.
Except for with Balin,
Oh, yeah.
but
That was great.
yeah,
Balin, you actually get to see his power, right? Like
yeah,
I mean, he's pretty
well,
BA, man. He's very like he comes off as very powerful with the way he wields the
yeah,
lightsaber, with like the way he just uses the force and like slam that rock, and yeah, no,
100%.
it was great all around. It was. I wish. I mean, I know we're not going to get to see him again, obviously,
Yeah.
R.I.P. But so he's like his family should be proud of the work there because he did an amazing job.
Oh, 100%. Skelly says, I was digging the mental battle, but changing the styles of facing off with Balin. It mirrored to Obi-Wan and Maul battle. It kind of
Yeah.
did, actually.
Hmm.
Um,
That's a good point. Yeah. No, I think it was cool too. Like, I mean, we see like them like Balin talking about like Anakin and all that, and she's like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about my past," like, because obviously she almost feels guilty,
yeah.
um, for leaving Anakin, and for kind of what Anakin went on to become. Like maybe she feels like, oh, if I was there, maybe I could have helped prevent him turning to the dark side, right? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, there's definitely that aspect too, Skelly. That's a good point.
So about that battle, she took the L on that battle, but I don't know if you know, she was using her shorter blade, which usually,
Yeah,
all
which yeah,
defense.
I don't understand. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, why do you think she didn't use both of her lightsabers?
I think it was because, I mean, she knew that she was going to try to take this map,
Yeah,
so she needed a free hand, right?
sure.
So she's like, all right, I'm not going in there to be attacking, right? I mean, she's holding her short, I forget what it's called, the short blade, which is mainly for like defense.
Right.
She's holding it still backwards. you know, so she's just blocking, doing her thing. You never really see her go for that attack until she does, and I think that was to like kind of throw him off and
Right.
go for the map.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. It was crazy too. Like as soon as she grabbed it, right? Like her hand like burned, which was
Hmm.
crazy.
I got something on
Uh,
that.
Go ahead. What do you think?
So my theory is, I think I posted it to my TikTok and Twitter as
Yeah.
well.
Be
But
sure to follow if you're not following.
yep, 2PC Trank.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that is essentially, you know, because it's destroyed now, right?
Yeah.
Balin blew it up, but what
It's
is
imprinted on her hand,
it's
right?
burned
Yeah.
into her hand now.
Yeah.
Now, you know, she's in the world between worlds.
Hmm.
I think Anakin is gonna help her, like, decipher this map.
Okay.
Um, I don't think she's just gonna go to wherever they went
Yeah.
because she knows that she needs more than just her for this mission, right? So
Exactly.
I hope that she's able to read that map, open up a hyperspace lane somehow
Hmm.
with Ghost Crew. You know,
Yeah.
we're,
Wouldn't that be something?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, we're gonna get
Well, yeah, because I
Zeb and
mean,
all them.
we see Hera there, right
Yep.
towards the end with all the support she can round up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we see that famous pilot that we see throughout
And Mando.
throughout Mando, which was really cool too. And then yeah, obviously he's connected to Zeb, so we can
Mm-hmm.
definitely pull in Zeb in that aspect. And then I think maybe even towards the end we get to see Mando. Um,
Because he's
I
the
think by
mercenary
the
for the Republic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think by the end of this season, right? I think it's going to be all hands on deck because obviously now that the bad guys are essentially there, they're going to get Thrawn. Um, I think honestly, there it's going to be all hands on deck. Like, excuse me, that they need all the
Oh yeah.
all the support they can get because Thrawn is coming.
Yeah.
So
No, I can see that too. And like I was saying in our last video, you know, it's what I hope is that, you know, we'll have, you know, we're gonna have all of Ghost Crew, right? We're gonna
mhm.
have Zeb come on. We're gonna have Sabine, Ahsoka, Hera. They're all gonna be squatted up. You know, they're gonna team up with Mando, Grogu, and Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know. That's
and the rest of the
yeah.
Mandalorians.
That
Yeah,
might be a reach, but that's what I hope.
biggest crossover in Star. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I think that's I mean it's very plausible down the road, right? Um Before we dive into uh the world between worlds, I want to talk about Sabine and Shin's fight. Um
oh yeah.
I thought that was really cool, right? Because we get to see Sabine somewhat improve her lightsaber skills, right? Like she
Mm-hmm.
didn't die this time when
Yeah.
they fought. But there was a moment where Sabine's on her back without her lightsaber, and
Just
she reaches up, and Shin was like, "Wait a minute,"
yeah. She was expecting like
and then she's like, "Psych," and then just like hits her blaster, which was I thought that was really cool.
I love
Uh,
that. Yeah. Just seeing that like incorporation with the Mandalorian
yeah,
and
exactly.
Jedi. You know.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Um,
that was really cool.
yeah. I mean, we don't see that often. We don't see that at all. You know. It's
Hmm.
but she's capable of, you know, yeah, I don't have the Force, but I got all these gadgets that
Exactly.
are made to fight Jedi. You
Yeah.
know.
And we get to see a little bit of the darker side of Shin too, following
Yeah.
that battle because I mean she's out there force choking Sabine towards the end of the episode,
Yeah.
and Balin's like very stern with her, like, "Hey,
Yeah. Chill,
like don't
dude.
do this." Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's. I mean, yeah. It's because Shin lost. You know. It's
I,
to where.
Very.
I mean, granted, it was. I think it was Ahsoka that knocked her out. You know, throwing her against
Yeah.
the wall there. But just to see Sabine chilling there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole sequence with Sabine and Balin too, I felt was very deep, right? Like he Balin obviously used the Force to kind of connect with her pain.
Yeah.
Um, and kind of was like, yeah, I mean, you lost everything on Mandalore. Like your friends are all like pretty much gone, your family's gone. All
Yeah.
you have is Ezra, and I can take you to him. So
So I'm curious. He has to have like the mind reading through the force, that power or whatever it's called.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just because how else would he know? One, who Ezra is,
Right.
that her whole family died.
Hmm.
It's which makes it. Plus, on that topic about him digging into her past and stuff,
Yeah.
I bet you anything that's where Ahsoka and her have that beef.
Oh, yeah.
You should have listened to me type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it,
Well, yeah, because I mean, at the end of Rebels, like Sabine was ultimately the one that kind of let Ezra go. So there's obviously that guilt there and that regret. But then immediately she didn't know what was going to happen exactly, right? Like she didn't know that he was going to be lost forever. So
mhm.
immediately she's like, "Oh, we need to go get him." And then everybody was like, "No, we can't." Like,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I'm sure there's that bit of tension there, like
Mhm.
internally with Sabine.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I can see that. Skelly was saying she used her surroundings a lot with him, similar to a lot of opponents bigger than her through the
Yeah,
Clone Wars. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, even her approach up to it, she didn't walk straight into the map. She was like walking around it,
exactly. Yeah,
looking to where her Balin was and all that stuff, and then, yeah, I mean, jumping off uh, the stones and all that stuff.
yeah, for sure.
But that fight was amazing.
Dude, I it was like I haven't seen a duel like that since episode 3. It
Right?
was amazing. It was perfect.
I mean, all the fights.
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss with Filoni, and I think we're in for a real treat this next episode. Let's, I guess, let's talk about the whole Anakin reveal. I felt they did that tremendously.
Yeah.
Like the whole hello snips, literally, I got goosebumps like instantly. I was like, "Holy cow! Did I just hear that?" And then
Dude, you just saying that right now, I got
yeah,
the chills. I'm like,
I know. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And then I didn't think I would see you here so soon. I'm curious to what that means.
yeah,
And then I don't know if you caught it, but we get the Vader like kind of music
the theme, yeah.
at the end. So I don't know. I've seen a lot of theories out there as far as like, oh, this Anakin is just an illusion, and that like she's being toyed with by someone, and it's yeah, I don't know. It's
Hmm.
interesting why we get Anakin in essentially his Clone Wars like outfit,
Yeah,
and then we get the Vader soundtrack at the close of the episode.
yeah. So I think we get the Vader, we get the Anakin. I think that's just like he's come for full circle by this point. He's obviously passed away. He's back to the light. It's
Hmm.
we see him as a ghost in the end of uh, episode 6.
Right.
But I don't. One of the theories that I saw was like the people are thinking that Anakin pulled her in between the between worlds.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's probably one of the more plausible um, scenarios right now. But
But why would he say wasn't expecting to
oh
see
yeah, I
you?
wasn't expecting to see you so soon. Maybe yeah. I mean, maybe he because obviously she's like every time we've seen the world between worlds, it's like when someone's really close to death.
I know.
Um,
Yep.
so I mean, maybe yeah, maybe she's dying, and Anakin pulled her in to maybe save her. I don't know. Like yeah, it's interesting to see because the only time we've ever seen this really is with Ezra and when he saw like Kanan and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he saw Ahsoka and Vader fighting.
Yeah.
Um, so uh, I'm definitely glad they brought it in, right?
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see where it goes next.
Here I got another theory of who pulled pulled her in. I don't think it was Anakin. Just because he's unexpecting and he is a Force ghost. Even though we now know from the sequels that the Force ghosts can interact kind of with the real world.
Mm, yeah.
Um, I I want to say it was what was her name? Morai, the owl, the daughter.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because that owl is
Uh,
always watching over her.
sure.
And we even see Morai in the world between worlds when she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I want to say, because they used Morai's spirit to save Ahsoka's life in the Clone
Yeah.
Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's always watching over her. Ezra saved her in Rebels.
Yeah.
And again, Morai was there watching. And then I think this time, since nobody was there, Morai came in, pulled her.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's possible for sure.
That's I don't know. That's what I'm going with, because I don't think it was Anakin, but it was like Morai needed her to be saved and then maybe talk to Anakin.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, as far as like the whole Thrawn heir to the Empire thing, I feel like I know Thrawn was like a big threat or anything like that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Empire's at a point at this time period where Thrawn wouldn't be that big of an impact. I mean, maybe he would, right? Maybe because the New Republic has all these like supporters still, like internally undercover, but it's weird that he's still like this big fear because there's actually like no Sith supporting him now. I mean, technically there is on Exegol, like,
Yeah.
but as far as like where they're gonna bring Thrawn in and where we go into the First Order, I'm excited to see that pan out.
Oh yeah, 100%. Welcome in, Guru. Long time no see.
Yo, my man, my man.
Skelly says I'm kind of favoriting that the sun pulled her in.
Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Like Harrison or
No, so if you remember,
oh yes,
yeah,
the son. Yes, yeah,
Morai was the daughter. The son was the
yeah,
dark side.
yeah. I think yeah, I've seen a lot of traffic and theories on that as well. As the son.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be. I mean, because technically they would consider Anakin that part of it, right?
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. I could see that too. I think it's one of them, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. One thing I saw too was someone said it could have been Bendu. Remember
Bendu's
from Rebel?
yeah.
Yeah.
Bendu's more like, dude, let's go with the flow. Like,
I know.
let,
But I would have, yeah, I mean, just because the Rebels background there, I think
oh yeah.
something that people are thinking Bendu maybe, but
Yeah, nah, Bendu's just chilling on a planet, just going with the flow of the Force. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool seeing Bendu again, though.
Yeah.
Just like a live action Bendu, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they would do that character, but
Yeah.
I mean, they did the Purgles well, so I'm sure they would do fine too. So
they did the Purgles amazing.
yeah.
Yeah,
super excited for this next week though.
it's gonna be big. Yeah, I got something for you. That Dave Filoni's amazing at giving us these stories, right? He's also does a really good job at breaking our hearts.
Yeah.
I mean, this man knows how to like make you cry through an animated kids show, It's like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, the fact that this next part will be in theaters, it's either gonna be. I don't think they're gonna do a big
How
reveal.
long what's the runtime on this episode? I don't think it's very long. Is it like 49 minutes or something? Maybe longer?
I have no idea, honestly.
Uh,
You googling it?
yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing at breaking our hearts. So I think we are
49 minutes. Yeah.
We're gonna have a significant death, or
maybe
something.
I think yeah, for me I feel like they're only going to use Anakin for 1 or 2 episodes. So they might give him maybe 15 minutes of screen time this next episode, but beyond that I don't see much of him anymore.
100%. Skelly says, "Wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of Clone Wars flashbacks in episode 5. You'll make us." Oh yeah,
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? I mean, we kind of got a glimpse of that in Obi-Wan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even in
Mandal-
Mandalorian, when we hear like Grogu's like when Grogu's like in the water or whatever,
yeah.
becoming a Mandalorian. Um, yeah, interesting take. I would love to see Rex if possible, just
Ooh,
because of the strong connection that Ahsoka and Rex had
yeah.
throughout the Clone Wars and even in Rebels, right? I think it would be cool if they do any type of flashbacks or anything like that. If they could pull in Rex, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I do kind of have a feeling, this whole series is kind of going to be cameo heavy.
yeah,
Um, but again, if it's going to be Rebel season 5, you're going to need those cameos. You're going to need to
yeah,
bring in Zeb. You're going to need to bring in
exactly.
Rex. Um, it,
I think too this show is doing a great job of setting it up for a second season.
yeah,
Right? They've done a great job of like character development to this point too, but they've done enough with the cameos and the kind of side hints here and there to perfectly set up multiple seasons throughout this time period.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they've done an amazing job. I mean, they haven't just what we've seen, like the Book of Boba Fett, right? They
Yeah,
spent so much of that with just character development and no
exactly.
story. You know,
Yeah.
this it's like we're having all this story already, and we're almost halfway through. Or we are halfway through,
Hmm.
and I think it helps that all these characters have already had a backstory. You know,
Yeah.
to where they can just come in and
Yeah.
be like, yeah,
Long backstory. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, Guru says that he's behind on all things Star Wars. Highly recommend you catch up.
oh
There's
yeah,
never been a better time to be a Star Wars fan, especially with all the stuff that they have coming out recently.
oh yeah, 100%. This Ahsoka series is top notch, 10 out of 10 so far.
Andor was fantastic too.
Yeah,
Um,
I loved
we
Andor.
have we have Skeleton Crew coming out soon. Well, it got delayed, right,
Yeah,
because of these Hollywood nonsense. But then Acolyte's supposed to be on the way too. That'll be a good one, hopefully. Um, but then again, yeah, I mean, with the amount of success that Ahsoka has gotten so far with just 4 episodes, there is no reason Disney does not just give Filoni Star Wars moving forward.
oh yeah, they need to.
Filoni and or Favreau. Like I mean,
Yeah.
Favreau does a great job with Star Wars too.
Well, I think it's because Favreau knows what type of
Yeah,
that he Favreau knows that Filoni has the mind for Star Wars.
exactly.
Right? He worked hand in hand with George going through all of Clone Wars.
Hmm.
So he knows he's like the closest thing to George that we're gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Guru says the last thing I watched is Mandalorian season whatever, the last one that came out.
That was a good one to watch, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Especially with all the Bo-Katan and Mandalorian stuff that happened there.
yeah, yeah. It was season 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
the
I
end of
definitely
2 was amazing with Luke. And,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Mandalorian's done great too. I
Hmm.
think there's no way we don't see some sort of Mandalorian crossover. Um,
Yeah.
if not this season, definitely in the second season.
Oh, 100%.
Because I mean, we've already seen Ahsoka in Mandalorian,
Mhm.
so we know they know each other. The history's there, and we know now that Mando is a mercenary for the New Republic.
Yeah.
Which, with the return of Thrawn, why not bring in said badass mercenary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah. I, I, I could see that coming in maybe next season.
yeah.
I think it might be a lot coming in this season.
Oh yeah. If
Um,
anything, it'll be like a last credit scene or something like
yeah.
at the very end of the episode, like we get a glimpse of Mando, and then they make us wait however many months before
Yeah. Right.
before we get a season 2.
Um, I mean that is like I was saying though. As much as I want like all the Filoni verse to come together, I don't think it'll happen until next season. But
Yeah, for sure.
just have all of Mandalore go to war with whatever the threat is in this other galaxy.
Yeah.
Now that'd be cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I just.
Side note, I think I'm gonna order the Thrawn series, like the books.
Oh yeah.
I think they're on sale on Amazon right now for like $29 for the 3 of them. So,
oh really?
Yeah, I might.
That's a steal.
Yeah, I might pick them up. I also made a list of all of the canon books, right, that I want to read and own.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a lengthy list. I cut out because there's obviously there's a ton of Star Wars literature, but I cut out the kid books, right, and I left it straight to like the novels, right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's still tons to read. I picked up a new High Republic book today, so I'm gonna dive into that tonight before bed. But yeah,
even some of the I kind of pick and choose with the young adult section.
Yeah.
Because some of them it's like, okay, yeah, this is actually a novel or a book, and then some of them it's like, this is just above a coloring book.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
For sure.
I forget which one it was that I have. It was a young adult novel, and it was actually a really good book. I think it was one of the Han Solo ones, or Orlando.
Sure.
But yeah, when it came out, the cover looks like all cartoony, But I was like, nice. Dang, I'm surprised that this was actually a really good book. Gave you some info on Lando that you never knew, type thing, and all right, I'm here for it,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good authors out there with some good takes on Star Wars. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As long as they stay true to the characters and the storyline, I think it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think you're getting ready to hit an advertisement here soon. So.
I already did.
Oh.
Yeah, it's over now. Skelly should be back in here.
We are back.
Skelly, what's something that you want to see in part 5? Same goes for you, Brooke. What's the biggest thing in part 5 that you want to see?
I want to see Thrawn.
Okay.
That is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're halfway through the season. What a better time to see the big bad villain than... I mean, we're there, right? The bad guys are in the same galaxy now.
Yeah.
Sabine's with them. Ezra's supposedly there too. So yeah, it'll be great to see. I want to see Thrawn, and then I want to see the Ezra and Sabine reunite, and see what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then obviously anything Anakin, I'm here for.
Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see them introducing Thrawn at this point. Like you said, we're halfway through. Give that big, that other side of the story. We've been watching this whole side. Now we're moving to here. Exactly. This other galaxy where it's like, okay, this is what's happening on this side of things.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see Ezra too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you would think, right? I mean, the only time we've seen him so far is in that little hologram message that he left Sabine. So.
Yeah. I don't know if I was telling you this last week or not, but a lot of people they're wanting Star Killer in here.
Yeah.
If anything, I want Ezra to be essentially have the Star Killer powers, right?
Yeah.
He comes in, he is the one that knows the light side, the Force, the dark side, and maybe even some, magic, right?
Yeah.
To where he can be this all-powerful Jedi.
Right.
That, essentially Star Killer level type battle.
Yeah. That would be, I think that'd be awesome. One thing that might support that theory too is in the very first episode when Ahsoka's in the Dathomir cave looking for the map or whatever. We hear Maul whisper, right? Is he the chosen one?
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about Ezra instead of Anakin, right? Because the prophecy has always been Anakin will bring balance to the Force, which he essentially did with the killing of Palpatine, supposedly before they brought him back to life. But just given the connection that Maul and Ezra had throughout Rebels, maybe he's referring to Ezra as the chosen one instead of Anakin.
Okay. Yeah, I could say. I mean, yeah. Well, because even in Rebels though, like Obi-Wan was defending Luke, and that's when he asked him, is he the chosen one?
Yeah.
So, like you said, I mean, the prophecy could be completely wrong, or it's just a continuous thing, like.
Sure.
Anakin brought down the whole Jedi Order to where, you essentially only had a couple Jedi, a couple Sith, and now
rebuild.
Rebuild. Now Luke brings order, right? And then now you have this good side again. That's all, the New Republic.
Yeah.
Ezra comes in, brings balance, tears it apart. That'd be cool. I would like that. Skelly, I want to see how the Annie part plays out and see what Ahsoka does in the world between worlds. I think she is still seeking knowledge. That'd be a great place for her to reflect and see what path she can take. That's a whole other part of the story is where are they gonna go with this world between worlds part of the story, is she gonna look at her, like you said, the paths she can take to get there, or realize that no matter what she has done, the outcome will be the same?
Yeah, I think that definitely leaves a lot of opportunity for flashbacks, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be Clone Wars or even, like you said, that gap we have between Ahsoka and Sabine. Just given that Sabine's a main character in the show, I think they're going to try and definitely touch on the beef that they had at the beginning. Because obviously, like, when Ahsoka was fighting Baylan and Shin shows up and Ahsoka's like, thinks that Sabine is dead, essentially, right? That Shin offed her. I think you see that level of care that Ahsoka actually has for Sabine. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they touch on the prior relationship and kind of what transpired between them.
That would be a whole good. I don't know if it would be the mid-season episode though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I just think like the world between worlds would be a good opportunity for flashbacks, right?
No, I agree 100%. I bet you we get that like part 6.
Yeah, maybe.
And then, like I said, this one's gonna be in theaters. I don't know. This part 5, so
I'm almost positive they're showing Thrawn in theaters, right? Like all the hype, the build up, and then with Anakin coming back, they're like, oh, perfect opportunity. We'll get this in theaters. I think Filoni got this episode too, right?
Yes.
Episode 5? Was that Filoni? Yeah. So they know it's not gonna miss.
Oh no.
Yeah. Thrawn's got a portal on the ship from Lothal.
The from Rebels that the statues that Ezra entered through that one time.
Yeah.
That is on his ship.
Oh, okay.
So.
Because the Purgles took the whole. Well, they took half the ship essentially, right? Or did they take the whole ship?
I think they took.
Because I thought it. Okay. For some reason, I thought the ship was like breaking.
It might have been from
Purgles,
like grabbing it.
Yeah. Okay.
It might have been breaking.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like, yeah, they can easily just like Ahsoka could just show up there, right? But I think she's gonna bring more people, so they're not gonna just do it through a portal to portal,
They definitely are gonna bring Hera. They have to, right? I mean,
yeah.
but with Hera, maybe Zeb. I think that would be a good. Because beyond the little cameo we saw in Mandalorian, we haven't seen Zeb live action.
Yeah.
And literally, he hasn't even said a word on camera. He just sat at the bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be cool to see him come in.
No, he had a few lines.
Did he?
Yeah. In Mando.
I'll have to go back and look because I don't remember, I guess.
Yeah, he had a few lines to where, like, we saw him sitting there, but then in one of the other episodes, like, he comes walking up and he says something, you know.
Yeah, okay. I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like when he was like giving them the deal to be a mercenary type thing.
Right. At the end, yeah.
Yeah. I think if I remember right, but
yeah,
dude.
Regardless, I mean, it'd be great to see him.
I mean, that's how you know we're gonna see him, right? Like,
yeah.
They gave that nod back then that like, hey,
yeah.
we're gonna see, you know, Zeb and all these guys. You know, why would they do that to us? To where just like kind of, yeah, he's here.
Yep.
And then not put him in the Ahsoka show.
For sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I had. I watched the One Piece live action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So side story, we started watching it with my kids in the room when I was at Brent's, and the guy's head got smushed right at the beginning, and I was like, probably should turn this off.
Yeah, I was just like, the second I saw him, I was like, all right, let's change that.
Yeah. No, good. I'm glad you watched it.
Just look over and your daughter's staring at it. I'm like, okay, nope.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, dude, I loved it. Like, they stuck to the show to a T.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, and you know, that's just something you don't see when they try to do live action from anime, you know? Mm-hmm. They messed up the live action Dragon Ball horribly.
I remember one time they made like a terrible movie of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like, it was the worst acting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's cool. I'm glad they did good. I suppose you watched that at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you should. Yeah. Every week you'll just have to sneak an episode in.
Dude, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Like, no, we binged it at work.
Oh, you did? Oh, you watched the whole season?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. All right.
I walked into work and they were already on episode 3.
Nice.
And I was like, wait, pause it, restart it. They're like, no. And I'm like, okay. I was like, what happened? And so they start telling me, and I'm like, like, I'm giving them info of what I know from the first season, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, yep.
Wow.
Okay,
so
you're caught up.
They really did the whole story.
I mean, like I said, to a T. I mean,
nice.
The story matches it. The characters. I mean, they found the perfect character for everybody so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, you know, it's a little cheesy here and there, you know, but.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes from an anime, you know. That's all about, you know.
Yeah, I'm low key looking to get into an anime, whether it be One Piece or I've heard good things about that Demon Slayer or anything. The extent of my anime is Dragon Ball Z, so I'm looking to expand my horizons.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess what's it called? Visions, but I don't really count that.
Yeah, kind of, you know. It is, but it's not, you know, it's...
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys have recommendations for me, drop them in the chat.
I've heard
comment, subscribe.
Cowboy Bebop is a good one to start with, I guess.
I don't know what that is.
I've never watched it, so I couldn't tell you.
Sure.
What I've heard from the grapevine.
I've heard, I mean, there was back in the day, there was a lot of Naruto fans.
True.
But, yeah.
I tried to watch that like 5 times, and I
couldn't get into it.
I mean,
is Yu-Gi-Oh considered an anime? Because I watched a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, Pokemon is, right?
I watched a ton of that too. Yeah. So I guess you could say I've seen some anime in my day.
Yeah.
But not the like traditional.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, so maybe I'll dive into something. But yeah, if you guys got any recommendations, hit me up. Let me know.
Hit them up. Drop them in the comments. Drop them the chat, the Discord.
Be be sure to follow those socials.
Yeah.
Stay up to date on the latest
we do
Star
need
Wars
to
shenanigans.
We do need to update Brock's Twitter over here. I mean, X.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. They'll find me. I'm there.
But it is now. Do you want to tell him? Is it SW?
SW_Brock. Yeah, Star Wars _Brock.
Yep, SW Brock. So.
Yeah, I've been trying to like focus more on like just Star Wars content because that's the only thing I was really using it for, anyways. So just kind of rebranded to that. Yeah. We'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know.
I know. Yeah, I'm back on there as well. Just giving it another shot. I don't know. And we'll see where it takes me. But
yeah, why not? Right?
Like I said, sometimes it feels a little redundant, like going from like Discord and then to Twitter, and I'll find myself just like try to post the same thing in all of it.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that discoverability might help.
Exactly. You just gotta put yourself out there, man.
Yeah.
Somebody will find us.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I appreciate the support, Skelly. Thanks for hanging out. This has been a great time doing it live, right?
Yeah.
It's good. Again, we'll probably upload this to the YouTube channel, so people can watch there too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as always, man, and it's been great to hang out. I think I'm gonna peace out, hit the sheets.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thanks for doing it live. Yeah. Of course, Skilly. Thanks for thinking that we should try it out. It's been good having like more feedback from the community.
Exactly, and I think it helps keep the conversation going too, right? With the comments and stuff like that.
100%.
But yeah, strongly looking forward to next week. I don't know if I'll be watching it in a theater because my theater probably doesn't have it. But
it's like there's only like 8 theaters that do it right now.
Probably all in California, I imagine.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I was like at least give me one in like Denver or something.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
But no, I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. So
sure. All right, man. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the support. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, on. Sounds good.
Peace.